only coach in Big Ten history to guide his team to 11 or more wins 5 times in 6 years. Mark Dantonio, the head coach of Michigan State's with us. Coach, this is a little bit less experienced team at some critical positions than we've seen in recent years. How has that impacted your approach here in camp?
Well, we lost some good players, but we have about 30 players that have started for us. So the MO really has been for us is that we've got guys who've played, other guys that we lost, but we have a great foundation back, I guess is what I'd say. And then the addition of some young players, they're learning. It's we're in our second week now of this, but we're as deep as we've ever been, quite honestly. We've got good players. We're deep. So that's got to transition into wins. I understand that, but we've got to get our guys some game experience. But feel good about us.
Coach, you've been through spring. Today was your 11th practice. What are some of the things that are undone between now and the first game?
Well, I don't think you're ever quite there, even when you get to the first game. But I'd say right now, some of the things that we still need to do is we installed all of our package, offense and defense, special teams, and now we go back to situational things and look at the different situations we have to put our players in within those packages, offensively and defensively, and play 2-minute situations and final play situations and all these different situations that you enter into a football game. And I really think it's about, you got to play the game. You got to put 8 plays together, 10-play series together, and there's risk involved in doing that. But you've got to go live some because you got to prepare them for that aspect on the first game.
Coach, you talked a little bit about some of the young guys that are going to be able to step up. Can you go in depth a little bit with the maybe offensive and defensive guys that are going to be able to help this team? Because you mentioned, talk about the foundation. It's there, but you've got a lot of young players that you guys have done a great job recruiting.
Yeah, we've got a great group of young freshmen, true freshmen, but also a really outstanding group, I think, of redshirt freshmen. So when you look at the football team right now and our football team, at wide receiver, you've got Donnie Corley. I think there's no question he's going to play for us. Tristan Jackson may get on the field, Cam Chambers, and Justin Lane. All 4 of those guys have the ability to get on the field. It's just their learning curve. You get nicked up and you're out a couple days like Justin was. You miss time. It's tough to get it back. But, he's back now, but you got to get that time back. So we'll see how that enters into it. But those guys, I would say Theo Lacusa on the offensive line, and how difficult it is to play up there. But, he's got himself involved in the top 10 offensive linemen. He's very talented. Brian Lewerke's a redshirt freshman. He's gotten a lot of reps. On the defensive side of the ball, really in the secondary, we've got 7 starters back. So we've got a lot of guys, but, you've got some redshirt freshmen playing in there. Kenny Likes impressed as well. And at linebacker, we've got our guys back. And up front, I think Mike Panasuk is a guy that you'll see in the 2 deep, and you'll see him playing, and maybe Austin Robertson as well. So, but those guys, if you watch practice today, we've got some guys up front, especially freshman guys. They just got to learn.
You often talk about how important leadership is. Is that coming the way you want it?
Yeah, you start working on leadership, I think, after your bowl game. So, we got guys, R.J. Shelton and Demetrius Cox were sort of elected in that leadership group this morning. Tyler O'Connor was involved in that aspect before, and Riley Bulla. So I think we got good senior leadership. We've got numbers at our seniors right now. So that's got to, that's got to become a factor when we play football games too.
Coach, we would run the risk of losing our official sportscaster cards if we didn't ask you about the quarterback battle. What can you tell us about it?
That's always a hot topic everywhere you go. I would say our 2 older players, Damian Terry, who didn't go today, as you guys probably noticed, and Tyler O'Connor have the lead in that because of their game management and because of their overall basis of knowledge in our system. But the younger players, Brian Lewerke's been here for a year, and Messiah Weaver are both talented players. One's a little further along than the other one, but they're talented. It's just a matter of how can they grow in these next 2 weeks. We're going to play the guy who plays best, and right now I'd say O'Connor's the guy going in, but 2 weeks is a little bit of time, and we're not going to anoint somebody until we step out on the field. I think that's the fair thing to do. I want all of our guys to compete. We've already said that Tyler was our number 1 guy, 1 or 2 guy in terms of who our players think are leaders here, so that goes a long way. But at the same time, you got to make plays on the field too. He's had a good summer thus far, but I don't know. You guys
Just going to leave it hanging there.
You can write it
Mark
in if you want.
Dantonio, head coach of Michigan State. Thanks, Coach. Always a
Okay,
pleasure.
thanks. Go Green.